Hello everyone, my name is Valdrin and I'm the senior analyst for BeInCrypto. So with me as always today we have Konstantin, who is our global trader. After last week's live stream, we have another bullish live stream. A live stream after another bullish week today. Today we're also going to discuss about some of the best performers, but today we're going to talk about various altcoins. And in the end, we are going to decide on which are the three best performing altcoins during the bounce. Not necessarily just for now, obviously, but also in the near future. So, yeah, without wasting any time, I'm going to go straight into my charts. I guess I'll do two coins first, then Konstantin will do another two, then I'll do another two, and then the final two will go to Konstantin. So, yeah, I'll just share my screen right now. So, a coin which I really like is Ocean. Now, there are several, I think I even discussed Ocean when it was here just prior to the breakout because of this swing failure pattern. So basically we have this descending resistance line in Ocean. Then we had this bullish divergence here, correct? And then after the divergence, basically what happened was that the RSI moved above the high between these divergence lows, which in this case can be seen by this horizontal black line here. And basically this is what completes the swing failure pattern. And very often, sorry, just a second. Let me move my screen a little. Okay, so very often this does cause massive upward movements. And next, Ocean deviated below this support here and then reclaimed it and moved above the resistance line. So basically what I'm seeing here is a very bullish RSI reading, very bullish price action because of both the reclaim and the breakout from the resistance line. And then we also have a potential, let's say, narrative which supports Ocean, and I give credit to Konstantin for this one for reminding me of the potential of AI coins, and Ocean is an AI coin. So if AI gains traction similarly to how Metaverse did last year, and I'm saying because of the acquisition of ChatGPT, hi Blue Sky. So we have a comment, and yeah, I think Ocean can really perform well in the near future. So I mean, the closest resistance is at 41, which is nearly 100% increase from the current price. But like if that breaks, I would even see it going to like 65 or 1 point something. Like I'm pretty bullish right now. That would be like a 4/5x increase. And yeah, also let's move to I'll just do the charts here. So in the lower time frame, we also have a resistance line breakout. Now it's hard to determine the exact slope of this line just because of how many wicks are there present. But I mean, I'm pretty sure it has broken out from it. Just the exact slope is slightly undetermined. And yeah, we do have some resistance here. So basically, once this is cleared, I do expect the price to break out. Not break out, but accelerate the rate of increase. And then finally, we do have this sort of parabola here. I mean, again, I can't see its exact slope right now, but we do have a sort of parabola. So yeah, I could see Ocean moving up in the near future. The next one, which I'm going to do, is Fetch.ai. Again, another AI coin. Now, what I like about this is that I'm very certain that the correction is complete. Now, I'm not sure if it's a 5-way downward movement or maybe something else, but basically, I'm pretty sure that this portion is a 5-wave downward movement with a triangle as part of wave 4. Now, this entire thing might be an ABC, might be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. I don't think it really matters right now because short-term movement is the same. And then we do have this. I'll just clean everything here. Now, unlike Ocean, I kind of think the upward movement here is coming to an end in the short term because I do see a completed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And wave 5 was extremely extended. Basically, it's even more than 1.61 of the entire waves 1 and 3 put together. So I don't think this has a ton of more room to grow in the short term. Also, it's like close to resistance here, but next pullback, I'll be all over it. So again, also bearish divergences here. So I do think it's very likely that Fed does like retrace here. Maybe 0.32, 0.5, 0.6. 0.6 is also some horizontal support. So my guess would be anywhere between the 0.5 and 0.6. And keep in mind that this move continued for a while. So, I mean, maybe we have like 2 more weeks to correct or something like that. I don't expect the correction to be just like sharp and over immediately. But yeah, I do think we'll get a significant bounce afterward. Okay, so yeah, I'll pass this on to Konstantin now.
Yeah, thank you very much. I took some coins, not necessarily because I think they will continue its surge, but more because they were among the top gainers for the past 7 days. And the first of them is Solana. So now you should be able to see my screen. And Solana already surged over 200% since it reached its new low of $8. And of course, it looks really bullish when we look at the indicators. For example, the weekly MACD looks bullish as the MACD lines are still bullishly crossed and the histogram ticks bullishly higher. But now it could face some resistance here at roughly 27. So around there, it faces significantly golden ratio resistance. And also you can see that the trend line actually combines the last few highs, and it also goes through the golden ratio resistance. So I expect a pullback, to be honest, only a short one. I mean, yesterday we already corrected a little bit, and for now it seems that we will continue the correction. So probably heading towards 18.5 in my opinion for Solana. But in general, I don't see a bearish divergence other than the down-ticking histogram of the MACD today. Solana still looks incredibly bullish. You also see the volume increasing tremendously. I mean, it's almost where it was when the big sellout happened because of FTX. But to be honest, the surge makes a lot of sense to me since FTX is not directly affiliated with Solana. So Solana is still a solid project here. But this is definitely one of the greatest gainers for the past few days. I mean, over 200% in the midst of a bear market is very decent, I would say. Now we have a comment about thoughts on Rose. For sure, I mean, I can go to Rose before I continue. So let me look at Rose. Haven't looked at it. For most coins, they had a pretty significant rise for the past few days, but it also is very close to the trend line resistance for now, and probably it's also at the golden ratio resistance. Oh no, it's at the 0.382 FIB resistance, so it seems to face rejection there for now. So Rose could definitely head towards a correction towards the $0.044 range or the 0.04. Also, it gets support at the 50-day EMA. So this is definitely the correction target here. But since we are extremely bullish for now, I wouldn't necessarily expect a pullback to the golden ratio. So if I would trade that setup, then I would definitely consider entry 1 here and entry 2 here, because it could be that entry 2 at the golden ratio will not be filled. Because in general, I expect a short pullback and then a continuation of the upward trend, something like that. For Rose, haven't looked at it in a bigger time frame, but yeah, that's all I want to share about Rose for now. And now I want to move to one of the biggest gainers for the past 7 days, which is Decentraland Mana, which rose 148%. And you can see, I don't know, if that doesn't look like a bullish trend reversal, then I don't know what does. We broke the trend line resistance. We might form a bullish engulfing candle, and in a monthly chart. But in the daily chart, we are in a similar situation like Bitcoin, because right now it faces resistance at the 200-day EMA, and if it faces rejection there, then it could definitely correct towards the next fib supports, which would be at $0.56 and $0.45. But also you can see the volume is increasing tremendously. We hadn't had that volume since May last year. So this is also really, really bullish. And once we break the 200-day EMA, we could surge towards the golden ratio at roughly 80 cents. The RSI is just in an incredibly high zone for now. So this is also one of the highest levels the RSI ever reached since October, the year before last year, so 2021. But what's interesting that we still have that death cross between the EMAs, although we are searching like that. There has to be a continuation of the upward trend for the EMAs to confirm the trend bullishly, because we've been in this death cross since April. And since April, basically, we surged from the worst point to here. Not surged, dropped around 86%. So trend is still not bullishly confirmed. For now, it faces rejection probably. And if not, next resistance is around the corner. So I would be rather cautious now with Decentraland. But in general, on the monthly chart, it looks just amazing, to be honest. And not as that amazing is Compound, which also surged tremendously for the past 7 days. It's not as bullish as Mana on the monthly chart because it hasn't broken yet the resistance here, the trendline resistance. But if we switch to the daily chart, we are once again in a very similar situation. For now, we seem to face rejection at the golden ratio resistance, and Compound could definitely head towards a correction towards the $46.5 or the $40 range. RSI is also not showing a bearish divergence, but it's in extremely high ranges. Like this level is also the highest since forever. Okay, that's crazy. Let's take a look. Yeah, basically it's in the highest range since it's traded on Coinbase, in the daily chart at least. And the daily MACD shows nothing than bullishness, as the MACD lines is still bullishly crossed and the histogram ticks bullishly higher. But short term, I lean towards a correction with the fib supports as the correction targets. But in general, unless we don't have like crazy sudden dumps of Bitcoin, it looks really bullish to me for the midterm. So maybe we head towards a bullish trend reversal. I would really enjoy that. And if you're on our Telegram group, you will realize that we are trading the market heavily right now, because there are so many opportunities. And simply from a psychological perspective, I'm more the buying long guy than the shorting guy. It's just like purely psychological. All right, that's the 3 coins. And now I will pass to Valdrin again.
Oh yeah, thanks Konstantin for that. I'll also do my own 2 coins now. Just a second. I'll my other 2 coins. Sorry, I'll share my screen right now. Here it is. So my other 2 coins are Avalanche and Ethereum. I mean, I know Ethereum is like a very big coin, but I mean, I've liked its movement more than Bitcoin since the June low. So I still continue to like it more, basically. So what we do have on Avalanche, I'll go with the log chart now. I think it's right now it's much better if you kind of use the log charts most of the time, just because of, I mean, most price movements aren't actually visible if we go with regular charts right now. So here we have 2 reclaims now. I mean, you can either go like this and count these wicks, or this. It doesn't really matter that much. I'll go this just for the sake of the analysis. But so what we do have here is first bullish divergence on a weekly. Like honestly, I mean, people who have especially started trading this cycle or the previous one, I think don't realize just how rare a bullish divergence on the weekly RSI is. Like basically, you almost never see this, and we had one in Bitcoin in the bearish trend, and now we actually have multiple bearish divergence here. Like EGLD is another coin which has one and is lagging. Bitcoin had a massive one and then broke out from its trend lines. So I fully expect these to play out. Now, not necessarily just go to full blown bullish reversals, but at the very least, to give us some really solid bounces, which actually is what is occurring right now. And also there is this trend line here. So weekly, this looks really, really good. Another breakout here. But even when we go to a daily time frame, we do have another reclaim here, which I really, really do like. So honestly, to me, this all seem like bears didn't have enough strength to push the price down. And keep in mind that this is the FTX crash, this November 9 candlestick here. So like very possible this was a black swan event and price was actually reversing here. I think, no, we didn't have a bullish divergence here, but another trend line break here, like really, really solid trend line break. And I mean, this I guess could be like a wedge / channel, I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, there is some resistance here, but honestly, I'd be surprised if Avalanche and honestly the majority of altcoins don't go above their like August, November highs. Like Avalanche peaked in August, but like Ethereum and some others did peak slightly later. So basically maybe like in November. So I'll go into more detail on Ethereum now. So here's the thing with Ethereum. It broke out from the trend line, reclaimed this level. It's slightly lagging Bitcoin now, but I do think it breaks out. And yeah, RSI is overbought, but there is no divergence yet. So basically, this could very well like continue up to here. So like it did right here. And then the next high would create divergence, and then we would crash. Or like here, basically it goes here, then the next high creates divergences, and then it crashes. Even here, there's like a small divergence, but as long as we don't have the daily divergence, I think everything's fine. And Now, as for the longer term movement, so I think I've said this on the previous sorry, in the previous live streams, that to me this movement was extremely corrective because we had tons of overlap. So either ABC down, basically ABC here, then maybe another ABC, or you can even go with like a complex WXI, XY. But to me, this definitely seemed like a correction, and this is a bullish up move. So at the absolute very least, if this is actually a ABC and not a new reversal, I'd expect Ethereum to go to 2,200. So basically, this is my minimum target. And then depending on how we get there, on if we get divergence there, or I don't know, we have some like failed upward attempt or long wicks or anything like that, then I'll try and determine if this is an ABC or if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, that has massive implications for the future movement, meaning if we do reach a new all-time high or not. But right now, I don't think it's that important. Like, let us get there first, and then we'll see like what will happen afterward. And what I also do like about Ethereum a lot is the just the shape of the increase. So this channel breakout here does make me think that we're in a 3 of 3. So we had the diagonal here, then correction, and I think now we're in a 3 of 3, 4 of 3 maybe. Yeah, so at the very least, something like this. I mean, maybe third extends a little more just because it's the one that usually extends. And then we'd go like this basically with 5 and 1 being of similar lengths. Now, Ethereum Bitcoin is lagging a bit here. I thought it would break out faster, but this does occur when Bitcoin just like rips upward. But I still think it's fine because it's like basically retesting the triangle from which it broke out from. And I guess you could say there's like a good horizontal level here, even though it hasn't been respected all that much. And also when I'm looking it here, again, these are tons of rejections and I really don't like the upper wick there, even though we have a strong lower wick also. But there have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 touches of the line without including the deviations of the area, sorry. So I think this area is bound to break, like it only can handle so many rejections. And if it does, there's basically no resistance until like 1, 2 Satoshis, something like that. So yeah, those are my other 2 coins. Basically, from this, when I consider the possibility for short-term and long-term games, I do like Ocean and Ethereum more than I do like Avalanche and FAT. Yeah, so those were my coins.
All right. Yeah, I only have one crypto left, and now we'll talk a little bit about DAX. So the crypto that's left is Sand. Yeah, now it's visible. Perfect. So Sand looks really similar to the other ones that I showed you. So we will switch to the daily chart directly. And here you can see a similar situation where we face rejection at the golden ratio resistance, roughly 75 cents. So for Sand, I also expect a small pullback towards 60 cents or even 52 cents, where the 50-day may access additional support. RSI is also in extremely high levels, but not as crazy high as the other ones. There's no bearish divergence, but yeah, the rejection here at the golden ratio resistance seems to be pretty obvious, and then you also have this trend line resistance. So for sand, I mean, monthly charts, all of them look really good, but short term, I expect a pullback. So now what I wanted to share about the DAX is that I was expecting a continuation of the downtrend because simply due to the macroeconomic outlook. But what happened instead is that the DAX stopped its correction before hitting the support target of the 0.382 FIB level at 13,555. And then it basically broke the golden ratio, which is the main resistance between the all-time high and the recent low. So with that break, basically the next significant resistance is the all-time high. And then maybe you can already see it if you're also applying technical analysis. But basically what's happening here is an inverse head and shoulders pattern, which is extremely bullish, especially as we are about to break out, or you could say we already broke out. So to summarize, DAX looks extremely bullish, and I think we will come back to the all-time high of roughly 16,290. So I don't know what's happening here, guys, but personally I enjoy it. I mean, Ethereum and Bitcoin both look super bullish. Just to sum it up, to wrap it up, Bitcoin is facing resistance here at the 200-day EMA, but yesterday Bitcoin was rejected at first, but now Bitcoin seems to simply break that resistance and continue its upward trend. And that comes in handy because on the weekly chart, there was this bearish crossover happening, the death cross in the weekly chart, which would be the first time in the history of Bitcoin, if we look at the price data. So yeah, that would be, I mean, the bullish breakout of the falling wedge pattern should at least end up at the 25,000 range. So we still have like 20% upside. And then that would be really good to basically stop that from happening here, the death cross. I mean, it's already happened now, but if Bitcoin continues its uptrend, then this death cross will be invalidated very soon. So yeah, market looks bullish. Most of the top gain coins of the last 10 days look kind of ready for a short-term correction, but other than that, market looks great. Yeah, perfect. So we have 2 minutes left. If you have any more questions or comments, then we can fill that last minute here. But other than that, that's everything I want to share with you guys.
I don't think we're getting any more questions. So this is the end of the live stream, I'd say. I would like to really thank everyone for joining, because I saw that we actually had like 10 live viewers at one time, which is more than last time. So I appreciate the extra interest and hope we'll have even more viewers and questions next time. So yeah, I guess bye everyone, and yeah, again, thanks for joining.
Thank you guys. Take care. Bye bye.